Hi, it's Pendle here from Sounddust, and I'm here with a new modular Chaos engine for you. This is number 3, OddHop, and it's influenced by a lot of things, but amongst them is this really good TV guy over here in the UK who's done a series called Utopia and a series called Humans, amongst other things, a guy called Christobel Tapia de Veer. And he does this kind of really good, kind of quirky, wonky, slightly hip-hoppy kind of music, seemingly. And he's great. And also people like Clouded, who do this kind of wonky hip-hop thing. And so what I've done with this, I've tried to collect a lot of interesting electronic and acoustic sounds using various keyboards, ranging from a Waldorf Microwave XT to modular, Nord modular, various other little bits and bobs that I've got, a very strange and rare Chimera BC8. And some real sounds as well. There's some bass guitar, there's some human being, there's various other things. But like the other Chaos engines, the whole joy of all of this is that you've got the drum engine. And newly, you've also got the bass engine. Ooh, let's clear that. Which kind of makes everything really quite exciting and fun and quick and kind of takes you to places you wouldn't normally go. Well, that's the plan anyway. So, without further ado, let's quickly try and get to the whole point of this. Now you can see here we've got, on the keyboard, we've got green and red and blue keyboard section. And these correspond with, so the green is the drum engine, which goes from C1 up. The red is the bass engine, which goes from C2 upwards. And then the one-shots are the blue section, which are here. There's around about 700 different sounds in here. That's just, I'm not going to go through every single sound. That's not the point here. I'm just trying to show how it works. So, each engine has essentially 12 patterns, we'll call them, 12 master patterns. And each pattern can include 12 separate tracks. So you choose which pattern you play with the keyboard. As you can see here, I'm selecting different patterns. Ooh, they're supposed to be empty. That one isn't. This one is. And within each pattern, there are 12 separate tracks, which you select here with this thing that's vaguely laid out like a keyboard. And so if I click on the C thingy-mabob there, that means if I click pattern C1, and I've clicked this sound here, it means that everything I draw in here plays only in pattern 1. And right click and do it like that. And only this sound. Now, God knows what this is going to sound like. Be prepared. Okay. For the moment, I'm set to 1 bar. You can also be set to 2 bars. Okay, so for instance, I'm just doing this very quickly to show you how it works. So that's playing that track. I could also program in this track, which also shows the 32nd grid. We can go back to the 16th grid. God knows what this is going to sound like. Okay. You're never going to do that. Well, maybe you are. But the point is, all 12 of these tracks can run at the same time. On each track, you select your sounds here, and there's a possibility for around about 30 sounds per node. We'll call these a node. Okay, so you've got 30 sounds times 12 times 12. So that's quite a lot of variations. I'm not going to do the maths. You can do that if you want. But very quick way. Also, these are vaguely organized in a vaguely drum-style GM thing. So you've got kick drums-ish things here. You've got some clappy kind of sticky things there. The white notes here. You've got some snarey kind of things. You've got hi-hatty things on the black notes here from F sharp. And then kind of things there. So, quickity quick. If I do that, I don't know what sound it's going to be yet. Okay, I want to change the sounds. See what I mean? So I want to add in something clicky. Or not. those aren't clickies, are they? I want to take those out. These are clickies. If I want to add something hi-hatty in, going quick, I don't know what it's going to sound like yet. So I've very quickly knocked up that. I want to do some editing. We've got the yellow one on the left. Can you hear that blooming seagull? It drives me mad. One on the left is a solo, and the little red one here is a mute. Okay, so let's solo the kicky thing. You've then got all these other table controllers, okay, with various, so you select what it's going to do here. So we've got volume. This, when it's empty, it's defaulting to full volume. So if I draw something underneath that, it'll be less than full volume. Yeah. The thing to remember here is that these just pick your sound. They don't have anything to do with velocity or volume. One of the most important things is the hold, and this is how long the decay envelope is. That's kind of quite useful. Yeah. Pan kind of says what it does on the tin. Does what it says on the tin. So if you want to get some width going, tune. And the overall master tune is over here. So there's just, already there's quick ways of really changing the basic sounds, of which there are already many. If you hold down Control and left click, you can put everything back to its clear. Verb, so that's per note, per sequence point. And the actual master reverb is over here, drum verb there. So you can set the various coordinates of your algorithmic reverb. We've got a filter, low pass filter. It's going to be less obvious on the bass thing. I'll show it more later. This is an interesting new one I've added. It's sample start. Now this has different effects on different sounds. And some might click, some might not. Depending on where you are, it's kind of unavoidable. But sometimes the clicks are quite good. This will become more obvious than other sounds. And then you've got a compressor settings per note, and this adjusts the threshold and the overall volume. So you can do some mad compression up there and none there at all. So you're basically adjusting the overall volume envelope, much like on the hold control. So lots of various variations, which are really useful, I think. So, same thing here, soften up these hats. You can just do that. Right click gives you a line. Slightly softer, slightly harder. Click here. Verbia. So, yeah. Filter will be more obvious now. I've just very quickly made that up as I've gone along. You've also got these very useful buttons here. These are a left click and a drag. And these kind of mess with the sound selection. So you can start off somewhere and then take it entirely to a different place. You're not always sure what you're going to get. So you can very subtly add a little bit of change. And the timing chaos is similar, but affects the timing. So you can make it really wonky. Yep. This affects all of the sequences equally. It's not per sequence. And then you've got the remix control, which, well, there's 32 variations which kind of mess with the order of the sequence in strange and unexpected ways. Just turn it off again. And the swing control here, if you control click, there's no swing. Left is negative swing, and right is the other way, positive. Yeah. So there you go. So that is just, I might add, that is just one sequence I'm playing on the C. If I click on the C sharp, there's something I've already put in there. Let's clear that. Clear pattern. Clear pattern. So I've got there, still got the C. Here's the C sharp, and I can copy over that. Oh, also we're only on one bar as well, so bear in mind you can do 2 bars. Quick way, copy. Oops. There you go. Oh, 2 bars. It's just the hats that I've copied over. So it just copies over the selected sound, which is chosen here. Back over here again. You can start again here and just draw something in. Here's some hats. Oh, let's make that 1 bar. There's just you're never quite sure what you're going to get. That's some sound chaos. And remember, you've still got that. We're on quantize at the moment, so it goes on the beat. Take that off. Okay, so that's basically how an engine works. So we've got the drum engine. Guess what? We've also got a bass engine. I call it bass because I couldn't think of anything else to call it. But this is essentially, you've got you've got 4, or is it 5 sounds with several octaves of each sound. So let's just show you some of the sounds. Starts off with a Yamaha CS15. Oops. Analog sound. Let's take off quantize. So 3 octaves. You've got a gnarly piano. Got a really nice palm muted bass. That's a kind of noisy, kind of organy patch I made on a Nord Modular. And there's a really chuffy Waldorf XT thing. Oh, hold on. And this is where the start comes in quite useful. Even on the pianos. So, it works similar as before, with some slightly different controls, but essentially, the joy of this is you can make chords on it as well, if you so wished. And then you can actually, these will all, obviously I'm quickly making this up as I go along, put it on quantize. Let's hit the bass, let's make that, yes, here we go. See what I mean? And then you can add in other things, obviously. You can make really horrible stuff, as I just, oh, That's quite gnarly because I've got tape turned up here. There you go. And as before, you've got the usual hold controls, so you can go around making things a little bit more manageable. You can draw stuff in. You never know what you're going to get. And here you go. See what I mean? Differences here, you've got a torque thing as well, like a formant filter. And you've also got dust. You've got the comp as well, compressor. And you've also got dust, which adds noisiness. Ooh, nice. See what happens if we do some chaos. Hey! See, very happy accidents. And then back to normal. And swing are independent as well. And the remix. See what I mean? Then on top of that, you've also got the one-shots. I'm not going to go through all those. But with these, they're mapped so that all Cs, there's several octaves of them, 4, 5 octaves. So each C note will always go to the C here, to this note here. And then you've got control over each individual. So if you want to add reverb, and there's its own bass reverb there. Sorry, yes, it's that reverb it uses. Forgot to mention the bass reverb on the bass section. Anyways, one shots, tuning. Now you'll notice that when I move the first one, all of them move. That's because that's engaged. If I take it off, it actually only affects the first one. And that also applies, you've got across everything here, volume, attack and decay, low pass and high pass. When I hit the chaos button, you've got even more variations. And it affects everything that's been highlit. So if I, and also order affects everything that's been highlit. So if I do that, it goes back to normal. If I take off those, it'll only fiddle with the tuning. See? Nifty, huh? And same when it returns it back to normal. So you've got, so that's a low pass filter here. I'm sorry, that's the high pass. Low pass, decay, and attack. Overall volume and pan. But it doesn't stop there. Hit a sound. You've also got, let's put everything back to normal. You've also got the articulator, and this happens to every single note individually. You can't see everything, but now when I take my finger off the note, you get another release note. You've got flams, and this can be adjusted individually per note. If I play a different note, it's gone. But there it is again. Gone. Ooh, there it is again. Rolls. This guy getting off speed roll. Oh, I did it on the wrong one. Geiger's good, which you can't quite see. Like a Geiger counter thingamabob. But, you know, bear in mind you can also then, you can turn it off. So not only do you have the engines doing their thing, I'm going to go down an octave. won't embarrass myself with bad out of time playing. So you can basically sequence the engines with your DAW, and you can also then sequence the individual notes within your DAW as well. Master output, so you've got control of the volume of the drum and bass individually. You've got a master EQ, which affects everything, and a master volume as well, and a transient master, which is handy. The transient master in Kontakt is pretty good, I think. So if you really want to, it's really good to really push it for some extra punchy. I could have added other things, but you know, you've got all those yourself anyway. You don't need them bunging into Kontakt and clogging things up. And then finally, over here, you've got the instructions, which kind of explains everything a bit. And then you've got individual explanations for the different pages. Yeah. Right. So the point is, this comes with a good handful of presets as well, you know, which gives you lots and lots of stuff that I've programmed. But I reckon the best way to go is just use the empty one yourself and play around, see what you come up with. It's a really good device for inspiring new ideas and new drum beats that you might not have thought about. I mean, you know, let's just quickly randomly pick one and a random thing, and there you go. That was that's gone to that because it's playing a different pattern now. But that's how kind of easy is the wrong word because it's supposed to be inspirational. But yeah, there you go. So it's available in Kontakt 5. There's also a slightly cut down Kontakt 4 version, which is pretty much the same, but it lacks the some of the snazzy stuff. But it essentially does the same kind of thing. There'll also be updated versions of the previous two Kontakt Chaos engines when I do it. I think that's it. Thank you very much. I've bound to have forgotten something really crucial, but there will be, there's lots of audio demos available as well. You know, so you can have a listen to the possibilities. Thank you very much. It's been great. See you again. Bye-bye.